Oh, my dear friends, listen to me. There is power, great power in privacy. Too many hearts are troubled, too many minds are restless because they have given away their peace. You tell everything, you share everything, and wonder why the storms rage in your soul. But there is a place, a sacred place where peace dwells, a place untouched by the noise of the world, where the whispers of God can still be heard. Oh, that you would guard it, that you would cherish it. For when you protect your privacy, you protect your joy. You protect your happiness. Privacy preserves peace. This is a truth that many overlook in a world that constantly demands exposure, where people feel pressured to share every detail of their lives. There is something sacred about keeping certain aspects of your life to yourself. Something powerful about holding your own space, undisturbed by the noise of the outside world. When privacy is maintained, peace follows naturally, because there is no external force interfering with the quietness of your soul. People often seek validation by sharing their personal struggles, triumphs, and plans with the world. But the more you open the door to opinions, the more you invite unnecessary turbulence into your spirit. Not everyone who listens to your story listens with love. Some listen with judgment, others with envy, and many with a heart that does not truly care. When too many voices surround you, peace becomes a distant reality. You find yourself weighed down by expectations, by unsolicited advice, by the burden of being seen and understood by those who were never meant to know your journey in the first place. The mind finds rest when it is not constantly exposed to the opinions and energies of others. Privacy creates a space where your thoughts can breathe, where your emotions can settle, where you can process life without interference. When you are constantly sharing your life, whether in conversations or through social media, you give away pieces of yourself, scattering your peace in places it was never meant to go. The more you reveal, the more you invite the world into areas of your life that should remain untouched, sacred, and protected. A private life is a powerful life. It does not seek approval from others. It does not need constant affirmation. It moves with quiet confidence, knowing that not everything needs to be explained. Not everything needs to be displayed. The happiest people are not those who announce their every move, but those who know how to walk in silence, allowing their lives to unfold without unnecessary exposure. There is a strength in the unseen, a power in the unknown. What is hidden is often the most protected, and what is protected remains unshaken. In privacy, there is clarity. Without the noise of external opinions clouding your vision, you are able to hear your own thoughts more clearly. You make decisions based on your own convictions rather than the expectations of others. You move in alignment with what truly matters to you, rather than being swayed by what others think you should be doing. The more you preserve your privacy, the more secure you become in your own path. Your peace is no longer dependent on the reactions of others, because it is rooted in a space that no one else has access to. Privacy is not about isolation, it is about discernment. It is about knowing what to share and what to keep to yourself. It is about recognizing that some moments lose their power when exposed too soon, that some dreams require silence to grow. There is wisdom in withholding certain details, in keeping your plans within the walls of your own heart until the right time. Rushing to share everything can lead to unnecessary delays, unnecessary disappointments, because not everyone who hears your dreams is meant to help them come true. When privacy is lost, peace is often the first thing to go. When too many people have access to your life, their energy, their words, and their thoughts begin to affect you in ways you may not even realize. There is a weight that comes with too much exposure, a burden that is often disguised as connection. But true peace is found in knowing that not everything needs an audience. Not everything needs to be displayed for the world to see. Some things are meant to be nurtured in silence, to be protected from unnecessary interference, to be guarded until they are strong enough to stand on their own. When you choose privacy, you choose peace. You choose to keep your heart free from the weight of unnecessary opinions, free from the noise of the world. You choose to walk with confidence, knowing that your life does not need to be lived for the validation of others. You choose to protect the sacredness of your own journey, to move in silence to guard your joy. Privacy is not secrecy, it is wisdom. It is the quiet strength of knowing what to share and what to keep. It is the foundation of true peace, the key to a life unshaken by the noise of the world. Not everyone deserves access to your life. In a world where people are quick to share their every thought, struggle, and achievement, the concept of personal boundaries is often forgotten. There is a difference between being open and being unguarded. Not everyone who smiles at you has good intentions. Not everyone who asks about your life genuinely cares. Some people are simply curious, others are envious, and some only listen so they can have something to talk about when you are not around. When you allow too many people access to your life, you expose yourself to energies, opinions, and influences that may not serve you. The truth is, people reveal their true colors over time. Someone who seems supportive today may be the same person who resents your progress tomorrow. Some friendships are built on convenience rather than genuine connection. Some relationships thrive only when you are struggling. But the moment you start winning, the same people who once cheered for you may begin to distance themselves or even work against you. The mistake many make is assuming that everyone around them has their best interests at heart. This assumption leads to unnecessary disappointments, betrayals, and heartbreaks. Discernment is key when it comes to deciding who deserves a place in your life. Just because someone is present does not mean they should have access to your thoughts, plans, and emotions. Some people will use your vulnerabilities against you. They will pretend to be there for you, only to gather information that they can later use to manipulate, discourage, or harm you. The less you share with the wrong people, the more control you have over your own life. There is a difference between being private and being secretive. Privacy is a form of protection, while secrecy is often rooted in fear or deception. Keeping certain things to yourself does not mean you are hiding something. It means you are wise enough to understand that not every detail of your life needs to be public knowledge. Some people share too much too soon, only to regret it later when they realize the person they confided in was not trustworthy. When you value your own peace, you become more selective about who you allow into your inner world. Trust should be earned, not given freely. Many people assume that because they have known someone for a long time, that person is automatically deserving of access to their personal life. But longevity does not equal loyalty. Some people remain close out of habit, not because they truly care. Others stay connected because they benefit from being in your life, not because they add value to it. True relationships are built on trust, respect, and mutual support, not on familiarity alone. Some people thrive on drama and negativity. They are not interested in seeing you succeed. They are only interested in knowing what is happening so they can feel involved. They take your struggles and turn them into entertainment. They take your victories and find ways to downplay them. They listen not to support you, but to compare their lives to yours. When you allow these types of people access to your personal matters, you give them the power to affect your emotions and disrupt your peace. Protecting your privacy is not about shutting people out. It is about making sure that only those with pure intentions have the privilege of knowing your thoughts, plans, and struggles. Your energy is valuable. The people you surround yourself with either uplift you or drain you. If someone constantly brings negativity, doubt, or unnecessary drama into your life, they do not deserve access to your mind, heart, or spirit. It is important to recognize when someone's presence is doing more harm than good. It is okay to distance yourself from those who do not contribute to your well-being. Letting go of unhealthy connections is not selfish. It is necessary for personal growth and mental clarity. Every person in your life plays a role. Some are there to teach lessons, some are there to walk with you, and some are only passing through. The problem arises when you try to hold on to people who were never meant to stay. The more you cling to relationships that have outlived their purpose, the more you block the right people from entering your life. When you prioritize quality over quantity in your relationships, you create space for those who truly deserve to be there. Not everyone is meant to understand your journey. Some people will criticize what they do not comprehend. Others will judge your decisions without knowing the full story. Seeking validation from the wrong people leads to frustration and self-doubt. The more you rely on external approval, the more you weaken your own ability to trust yourself. Growth requires confidence, and confidence comes from knowing that your path is yours alone. The fewer people who have access to your plans, the more freedom you have to move without unnecessary resistance. Being selective about who has access to your life does not mean you are unkind or distant. It means you value yourself enough to protect your peace, your energy, and your future. It means you understand that not everyone is meant to be part of your journey. It means you recognize that true peace comes from within, and the more you guard your space, the more clarity, joy, and strength you will have to walk confidently in your purpose. Silence protects dreams and visions. There is power in what is left unsaid, in the things that are nurtured in quiet spaces, away from the noise of the world. Too many people share their dreams prematurely, exposing them to criticism, doubt, and negative energy before they have had the chance to grow. Not every dream is meant to be spoken aloud. Not every vision should be shared with others. Some things are meant to be guarded, protected like a seed buried deep in the soil, hidden until it is strong enough to withstand the elements. When a dream is new, it is fragile. It exists only in the mind and heart of the one who carries it. It has not yet taken shape in the physical world, and because of this, it is vulnerable. When a vision is spoken too soon, it is subjected to the doubts and opinions of others. People project their own fears, insecurities, and limitations onto things they do not understand. What seems possible to you may seem impossible to someone else, and their disbelief can take root in your own mind if you are not careful. Words have power, and the wrong words spoken over your dreams can weaken your belief in them. There is wisdom in moving in silence. When you keep your plans to yourself, you eliminate the unnecessary weight of expectations and pressure from others. You do not have to explain yourself, defend your choices, or seek approval. You are free to work, to build, to create without interference. Silence gives you control over your own process. It allows you to make mistakes and learn from them without external judgment. It protects your focus and keeps you from being distracted by outside noise. The world is filled with people who do not want to see others succeed. Some people discourage you not because they believe your dream is impossible, but because they are afraid of what your success might mean for them. Others pretend to support you but secretly hope you fail. Some listen only to take your ideas and use them for themselves. When you share too much, you give people access to things that were never meant for them. You allow them to influence something they have no right to touch. Keeping your dreams private shields them from interference and ensures that they develop in their own time, without unnecessary obstacles. Every great achievement begins in silence. The most powerful movements, the greatest innovations, and the most life-changing creations were first cultivated in minds of those who understood the importance of privacy. Visionaries do not seek validation before acting. They do not waste time explaining their dreams to people who may never understand them. They work in the quiet, allowing their results to speak for themselves. When the time is right, when the vision has taken form, when the foundation is strong, then and only then do they reveal what they have built. Silence creates space for clarity. The more you talk about something, the more it loses its essence. When you speak too much about a dream, you start to feel as if you have already accomplished it. The excitement fades and the motivation weakens. Talking about a vision without taking action is an illusion of progress. It creates the false belief that something is being done when in reality nothing has changed. Holding your dreams close keeps the fire alive. It fuels your drive and reminds you that the work is what truly matters. Not every moment is meant to be shared. Social media has made people believe that every step of the journey must be documented, that progress is only real if others can see it. But the truth is, real growth happens in the unseen moments. The most important work is often done behind closed doors, in the quiet hours when no one is watching. Success is built in private, not in public. The loudest voices are not always the most accomplished. Those who truly achieve great things do so not because they announce their plans, but because they execute them. There is strength in silence. When you do not reveal everything, you maintain control over your own narrative. You decide what to share, when to share it, and with whom. You do not give people the opportunity to question, criticize, or discourage you. You do not allow their negativity to plant seeds of doubt in your mind. You remain focused, moving forward without unnecessary distractions. The greatest moves are often made in secret, and the most successful people understand that what is unseen is often the most powerful. Dreams need protection. They require time, effort, and patience to become reality. They cannot survive in an environment filled with doubt, negativity, and constant exposure. Keeping your visions to yourself allows them to grow undisturbed. It gives them the chance to become strong before they are presented to the world. Some things are too valuable to be spoken about too soon. Some goals are too important to be shared with those who do not understand them. The most powerful transformations happen in silence, and the most lasting success is built in private. Your peace is too valuable to be disturbed by unnecessary noise. In a world filled with endless opinions, distractions, and influences, maintaining a sense of inner peace requires intention. Every day, people allow outside forces to dictate their emotions, their thoughts, and their sense of self. They expose themselves to unnecessary drama, engage in pointless conversations, and absorb negativity that does not belong to them. The result is a restless mind, an anxious heart, and a soul weighed down by things that were never meant to be carried. Guarding your peace means being selective about what you allow into your space. It is knowing that not every conversation is worth your energy, not every argument deserves a response, and not every person should have access to your thoughts and emotions. Many people invite chaos into their lives simply by engaging with the wrong energy. They entertain negativity, surround themselves with toxic influences, and wonder why their minds are always restless. Peace is not found in external validation. It is found in the ability to control what you allow to affect you. There is power in walking away from what does not serve you. You do not have to prove yourself to anyone. You do not have to explain your decisions to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You do not have to engage in every debate, respond to every criticism, or justify your choices. Some things are simply distractions, designed to pull you away from your purpose. When you learn to recognize what is not worth your time, you free yourself from unnecessary burdens. You preserve your energy for what truly matters. The mind is a garden, and what you allow to take root in it will grow. If you constantly feed your mind with negativity, gossip, and fear, that is what will flourish. If you allow people to speak doubt into your dreams, to drain your energy, to plant seeds of insecurity, those thoughts will shape your reality. But when you protect your mind, when you choose carefully what you listen to, what you watch, and what you engage with, you create an environment where peace can thrive. Some people thrive on conflict and chaos. They are not interested in finding solutions or in genuine connection. They are only interested in stirring up drama, in feeding their own egos, in keeping themselves entertained at the expense of others. They will provoke you, test your patience, and try to pull you into their storms. But just because someone invites you into chaos does not mean you have to accept the invitation. You have the power to step away, to refuse to engage, to protect your peace by not allowing their negativity into your space. Silence is a powerful tool. When you choose not to react, you take away the power others have over you. People expect reactions. They expect to get a rise out of you, to control your emotions, to dictate how you feel. But when you remain unbothered, when you refuse to give them the satisfaction of a response, you take back control. You show that your peace is not so easily shaken, that your mind is not easily disturbed, that your energy is too valuable to be wasted on meaningless battles. Boundaries are necessary for maintaining peace. Not everyone deserves access to your time, your energy, or your thoughts. There are people who only come around when they need something, who only engage when there is something to gain. There are people who drain your spirit, who leave you feeling exhausted, who take but never give. Recognizing this allows you to set boundaries that protect your well-being. It allows you to say no without guilt, to distance yourself from those who do not respect your space, to surround yourself with people who bring light rather than darkness. Peace is not about avoiding difficulties, it is about choosing what is worth your energy. Life will always present challenges, and not every situation can be ignored. But there is a difference between facing necessary battles and engaging in unnecessary struggles. Some things require your attention, while others are merely distractions. Learning to discern between the two is key to maintaining a peaceful mind and heart. True strength is found in the ability to remain calm in the midst of chaos. It is in knowing that you do not have to react to everything, that you do not have to prove yourself to anyone, that you do not have to carry burdens that are not yours to bear. Protecting your peace is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of wisdom. It is the understanding that your energy is sacred, that your mind is valuable, that your well-being matters. The more you guard your peace, the stronger you become. The more you protect your energy, the more you create space for joy, clarity, and true fulfillment. Not everyone deserves access to your personal life. In a world where people seek constant validation, where sharing every detail has become the norm, there is a great power in keeping certain things private. Many open their hearts too easily, trusting too soon, only to find that their openness is met with betrayal, judgment, or misuse of their words. There is wisdom in discretion, in knowing what to share, when to share it, and with whom. Privacy is not about secrecy. It is about protection. It is about understanding that not everyone who listens is listening with good intentions. People are often quick to speak, quick to reveal their dreams, their struggles, and their personal matters without considering who is receiving their words. Some share because they crave connection, some because they seek sympathy, and others because they have never learned the value of silence. But the more you reveal, the more you give others the opportunity to form opinions about your life, to interfere where they do not belong, to use your vulnerabilities against you. When you control what you share, you control the narrative of your own life. There is a difference between being open and being unguarded. Openness is a choice. It is intentional, selective, and measured. Unguardedness, on the other hand, leaves one exposed, vulnerable to the wrong people, to unnecessary drama, and to those who do not have their best interests at heart. Many friendships, relationships, and business connections have been ruined simply because of a lack of discretion. People speak too soon, trust too easily, and later realize that not everyone who seemed supportive was truly on their side. Silence is a form of strength. It is a shield against those who seek to manipulate, control, or disrupt. When people do not know everything about you, they have nothing to use against you. They cannot twist your words. They cannot predict your next move. They cannot place you in a box based on their own limited understanding. The less people know, the less they assume. The more you guard your life, the more you maintain control over your path, free from the weight of external judgment and influence. Trust must be earned. Many believe that trust should be given freely, that everyone deserves a chance. But time has shown that not all are worthy of such access. Some listen only to gossip, others to compare, and some to find weaknesses they can later exploit. True trust is built through consistency, through actions, through time. It is not something to be handed out carelessly. Those who truly care about you will respect your privacy. They will not push over details you are not ready to share, and they will not feel ill light to every part of your life. Not every moment needs an audience. Social media has created a culture of oversharing, where people feel pressured to document their every move, their successes, their failures, their personal struggles. But the most meaningful moments, the most sacred victories, often happen in the quiet, away from the eyes of others. Some things lose their power when they are exposed too soon. Some dreams need to be nurtured in private before they are strong enough to withstand the opinions of the world. Growth happens in silence, in the spaces where one is free to evolve without interference. Protecting your privacy also protects your peace. The less you share, the fewer opinions you have to sift through. The fewer people who know your plans, the fewer expectations you have to meet. The more you guard your personal life, the more freedom you have to move in your own way, at your own pace. Privacy allows space for clarity, for focus, for unshaken confidence in the choices you make. When you do not seek external validation, when you do not depend on others to confirm your worth, you find a deeper sense of self-assurance. Privacy is also a form of self-respect. It is an acknowledgement that your life is valuable, that your dreams are sacred, that your personal matters deserve protection. It is not about distancing yourself from others, but about creating boundaries that allow you to thrive. It is about knowing that some things are meant to be shared with only a select few, with those who have proven their loyalty, their sincerity, and their genuine care for your well-being. It is about recognizing that you do not owe anyone access to your inner world simply because they ask for it. The greatest moves, the most powerful transformations, and the most lasting successes often happen when no one is watching. There is a reason why the roots of a tree grow beneath the surface before the branches reach the sky. There is a reason why the foundation of a building is laid before the walls are raised. There is a process to growth, to achievement, to fulfillment, and much of that process happens in the unseen. Those who understand this do not feel the need to announce every step. They do not feel pressured to prove themselves through constant updates. They trust in the power of patience, in the strength of quiet progress, in the wisdom of allowing life to unfold without unnecessary exposure. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that is why it is not necessary to explain yourself to everyone. Too often, people feel the need to justify their choices, their dreams, and their direction in life to those who may never truly see their vision. They seek approval, hoping that others will validate their path. But the truth is, not everyone is meant to understand the calling placed on your life. Some people will question you not because they care, but because they cannot comprehend the depth of what you are building. They will doubt you because they cannot see what you see. They will discourage you because they have never stepped outside the limitations they have set for themselves. It is not your responsibility to convince others of what you know to be true. Some will judge your silence, mistaking it for uncertainty. They will expect explanations, thinking that they are entitled to know your plans, your struggles, and your next move. But wisdom teaches that not everything needs to be explained. Sometimes the best response is no response at all. You do not have to argue with those who misunderstand you. You do not have to prove your worth to those who refuse to see it. You do not have to waste your energy trying to convince those who are not willing to listen. People will form opinions regardless of what you do. They will speculate, assume, and interpret your choices based on their own experiences, fears, and limitations. If you live your life trying to meet their expectations, you will never be free. You will find yourself constantly adjusting, trying to fit into molds that were never meant for you. You will water down your vision to make it palatable for those who lack the ability to see beyond their own reality. But no matter how much you explain, no matter how much you try to make them understand, some people will still choose not to see. True confidence is found in the ability to move forward without the need for external validation. It is found in the quiet assurance that you do not need to be understood by everyone to fulfill your purpose. Some of the greatest movements in history, some of the most groundbreaking ideas were first ridiculed, dismissed, and misunderstood. The visionaries who carried them did not waste time explaining themselves to those who could not see beyond their present reality. They did not wait for approval before taking action. They understood that explaining their dreams to those who were unwilling to believe was a distraction. There is power in allowing your actions to speak for you. When you spend too much time explaining, you take time away from building. When you focus too much on proving yourself, you lose sight of the work that needs to be done. Some people will only understand once they see results. Some will only believe once they witness what you have accomplished. And even then, some will still refuse to acknowledge your growth because they are committed to the version of you that makes them comfortable. People will project their fears onto you. They will tell you what is not possible based on their own experiences, their own failures, their own limited thinking. If you listen too closely, you may start to adopt their doubts as your own. You may begin to hesitate, to second-guess yourself, to wonder if perhaps they are right. But their fears are not your reality. Their disbelief does not define what you are capable of. The moment you stop explaining yourself, the moment you stop seeking approval, you take back your power. You reclaim your ability to move forward without unnecessary hesitation. Some battles are not worth fighting. Some arguments are not worth engaging in. Some people will twist your words, manipulate your intentions, and hear only what they want to hear. No amount of explaining will change their perspective. You do not need to exhaust yourself trying to make them see what they have already decided to reject. The need to explain, to justify, to prove yourself is often a distraction that keeps you from moving forward with full focus and determination. Your energy is valuable, and where you direct it matters. Instead of using it to explain yourself to those who will never understand, use it to build, to grow, to move forward in silence. Let your progress be your response. Let your success be your explanation. Let your peace be the sign that you are no longer burdened by the opinions of those who do not truly see you. When you stop explaining yourself, you free yourself from the weight of unnecessary expectations. You create space for clarity, for confidence, for the quiet strength that comes from knowing who you are and where you are going. There is power in moving in silence. In a world where people announce every step, every plan, every decision, there is a rare strength in keeping things to yourself. Too many dreams have been destroyed because they were spoken too soon. Too many plans have been derailed because they were shared with the wrong people. Too many personal victories have been disrupted because they were exposed before they had the chance to fully unfold. The loudest moves are not always the most effective. The most impactful transformations often happen behind closed doors, away from the noise, away from the opinions, away from the distractions. When you move in silence, you protect your energy. Every time you speak, you invite voices into your space. Some will support you, but many will question, doubt, and challenge what you are building. Not because they care, not because they have insight, but because they do not understand. They will speak fear into your plans. They will project their insecurities onto your vision. They will make you second guess what you already know to be true. The moment you allow too many voices into your space, you begin to lose your clarity. You start filtering your dreams through the lens of other people's doubts. And before you know it, you are hesitating, delaying, and holding back on what was meant to be pursued boldly. Moving in silence is not about secrecy, it is about wisdom. It is about knowing that not everything needs an audience, that not every step needs to be announced, that not every decision requires public validation. There is a sacredness in privacy, a strength in keeping certain things to yourself until the time is right. The most powerful moments in life are often those that happen in the quiet, in the unseen spaces where growth takes place without interference. When you guard your plans, You give them room to develop without unnecessary pressure, without unwanted opinions, without external noise clouding your focus. People are not always what they seem. Some will celebrate you to your face and envy you in private. Some will pretend to support you while secretly hoping you fail. Some will listen to your plans, not to uplift you, but to measure how they can compete with you, how they can undermine you, how they can use your ideas for their own gain. The fewer people who know your next move, the fewer people who can disrupt it, the less you reveal, the less access you give to those who do not truly have your best interests at heart. The greatest victories often come from silent preparation. While others are talking, you are building. While they are seeking approval, you are mastering your craft. While they are announcing their every step, you are moving forward without distraction. Success does not require an audience. Fulfillment does not come from external validation. True progress happens when you are fully focused, fully present, fully committed to the process without feeling the need to prove yourself to anyone. Moving in silence allows you to navigate life with a sense of peace. When you do not announce your every move, you eliminate unnecessary pressure. You free yourself from the expectations of others. You remove the burden of needing to meet public timelines, of needing to explain yourself, of feeling obligated to prove that you are making progress. You move at your own pace in your own way, with full control over your own journey. Not everyone needs to know what you are working on. Not everyone deserves access to your plans. Some things are meant to be nurtured in private, protected from the weight of external judgment, shielded from those who do not have the vision to understand. Some dreams require quiet dedication, unseen discipline, and a willingness to trust the process without seeking outside reassurance. There is a reason why seeds are planted beneath the soil before they break through the surface. Growth happens in the unseen. Strength is built in the hidden places. The most powerful transformations take place long before anyone ever sees the results. The less people know, the more control you have. When you move in silence, you decide what is revealed and when. You determine who has access to your plans and who does not. You create a sense of mystery that works in your favor. People cannot interfere with what they do not know. They cannot sabotage what they cannot see. They cannot disrupt what has not been shared. The element of surprise becomes your advantage. By the time they see the results, it is already too late to stop what has been set in motion. Moving in silence is a discipline. It requires patience, restraint, and a deep sense of self-assurance. It requires being so confident in your vision that you do not need outside approval to pursue it. It requires understanding that not everything needs to be shared, that not every detail needs to be explained, that not every step needs an audience. It is about valuing the process over the performance, the progress over the perception, the purpose over the applause.